Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there were four boys who spent most of their days together. Their names were Alex, Ben, Charlie, and Daniel. Alex and Ben came from families with lots of wealth. Their houses were big, their clothes always new, and their days filled with adventures that only money could buy. Alex and Ben had the best toys, the fastest bikes, and they never had to worry about their next meal. Alex had a sharp, confident smile, and Ben always seemed to have the latest gadgets in his pocket. Then there were Charlie and Daniel. They came from humble families. Their houses were small, their clothes well worn, and their days were spent helping with chairs and walking miles to get water from the village well. But despite all that, Charlie and Daniel always had a spark in their eyes and a sense of humor that could light up even the darkest days. They didn't have the largest gadgets, but they had something more valuable, a strong bond of friendship and a knack for making the best out of everything. One summer afternoon, the four boys decided to go on an adventure. Alex and Ben had bikes, shiny and fast, while Charlie and Daniel only had old ones that sometimes cracked when they pedaled, but no one minded. They were together, and that's all that mattered. Race you to the top of the hill, Alex shouted with a grin, already revving his engine, ready to speed ahead. You're on, Ben yelled, shifting gears. Charlie and Daniel exchanged a glance. Ready? Daniel asked, his eyes twinkling with mischief. You bet, Charlie said, adjusting his handlebars of his old bike. The race was on. Alex and Ben zoomed ahead, their bikes slick as fast, while Charlie and Daniel stayed in the back, pushing their bikes with all their might. But Charlie and Daniel weren't discouraged. They laughed, joked, and cheered each other on, ignoring the difference in their bikes. About about halfway up the hill, Alex's bike hit a rock and wobbled, causing him to lose his balance. Ben tried to steer around, but his front tire got stuck in the bushes. Suddenly, both of them were stuck. Their bikes were high tech, but they couldn't do much when things went wrong. Charlie and Daniel, however, were still going strong. They had learned to deal with the bumps and bushes along the way. When they saw their friends struggling, they didn't hesitate. Without a second, without a second thought, Charlie skidded to a stop and hopped off his bike. Daniel followed his lead. Need some help? Charlie asked, grinning at the two rich boys who were struggling with their bikes. Alex and Ben looked at each other, surprised by the offer. You sure? Ben asked, his face a little red from the frustration. Of course, Daniel said with a wink. We've been riding bikes like this for years. We know all the tricks. The four of them worked together, and soon enough, Alex and Ben were back on their feet, their bikes fixed, but instead of racing ahead, they all decided to walk the rest of the way up the hill, chatting and laughing as they went. When they reached the top, they sat down, sharing stories and snacks. Alex and Ben realized that even though they had all the fancy things, it was Charlie and Daniel who had something they didn't: true friendship and willingness to help, and an ability to find joy no matter what life threw at them. You guys are awesome, Ben said, looking at Charlie and Daniel with newfound respect. Charlie grinded. It's not about what we have, it's about how we make the most of it. Daniel nodded. Yeah, we are rich in the things that matter most. From that day forward, Alex and Ben saw the world a little differently. They still had all the things money could buy, but they also learned the value of friendship, hard work, and having fun no matter what you have. And the four of them, rich or poor, continue to be the best friends, sharing countless more adventures in the years to come. And so, the four boys, Alex, Ben, Charlie, and Daniel, proved that it's not about how much you have, but about how much you give and the bonds you create along the way.